Okay, this one is a good example because, first of all, it's solved for x, so that's a hint that we're probably going to be doing a left-right one instead of a top-bottom one. And notice that this one solved for x. This would be a left-facing parabola, and this would be a straight line. But we can't graph them until we have them in solve for y. So let's graph the first one. Let's get this guy, and so solve for y. So y equals negative x plus 2. And we're going to need it solved for x also for when we look at it. So let's say that would be for when we put it in the integral. So let's say x equals 2 minus y. Let's write it like that. Okay, but we're going to graph this to see what it looks like. So 1, 2, and negative x would be like this. So that's that graph. And, sorry, so sloppy. And then this would be, like we said, a left-facing parabola. Let's see, that would be y squared equals 4 minus x. So y is plus or minus the square root of 4 minus x. And so if you're going to graph that, let's see, if we put 0 in, let's just make a little XY chart here. If we put 0 in, it would be the square root of 4 plus or minus the square root of 4. So that would be 0 plus 2. When you put 0 in, you get plus 2 or negative 2. Okay, so 0 is plus 2, and you would also have it at negative 2. And we can see what we get when we try to get 0 here. So let's just put y is 0, so 0 equals 4 minus x, so x is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'd have this. Okay? And we kind of could tell this was 0 too, but let's double check by putting them equal to each other to find those points. So I would substitute x into that one, I guess. So that would be 4 minus y squared plus y minus 2 equals 0. So y squared minus y be minus 4 plus 2. Minus 2 equals 0. So y minus 2, y plus 1. So y is equal to 2 and y equals negative 1. So this would be some x and negative 1. We don't really care about the x because we're doing left, right. And this would be, we already knew this was y is some x, but we know it's 0 too. Okay, so our left, right, our right, left, top, turn it, and this one, let me get a different color. This one's on the top if I turn it that way. And this guy's on the bottom. Okay? And so we're doing this area. Okay, so that would be the integral from negative 1 to 2 of the top one in terms of x. So that would be 4 minus y squared minus, this is how we solved this one for x, 2 minus y dy. So we have negative 1 to 2 of 4 minus y squared minus 2 plus y dy, and so negative 1 to 2. Let's get this all in order. Negative y squared plus y plus 2y, or plus 2 in the end, dy. So taking the antiderivative, I would get negative 1/3 y cubed plus y, 1/2 y squared, or y squared over 2, plus 2y from negative 1 to 2. Okay, so when I worked all the math out, I got 4.5. That wasn't too bad. Let's do one more where we work from left to right, or right to left. I keep saying it wrong. Okay, so we have y squared equals 4 minus x, so that would be a right-facing parabola. So let's solve that for x. X equals y squared over 4. We're going to need that. And then this would be another straight line. 3y equals 4x minus 4. So y equals 4/3 x minus 4/3. All right, and so let's see. It has, let's see. If I put in as start at negative 4/3, so negative 1 1/3 of there, and go up 4. Yeah, okay, go up 4 and over 3, so going up by 1/3 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, about over there. So we'll just draw that like that, okay? And then, okay, and this, I need to solve this for y equals plus or minus square root of 4x, so y equals plus or minus 2 square root of x. So let's see, if I put 0 in, I'm going to get 0. So yeah, it has to be at 0, 0. So we don't know where it's going to intersect, so we're just going to draw it, and then we'll figure out what these. So it's talking about this area. So you can already tell it's got to have to be a right-left one. So I've got to get these points. And I'm going to try not to use my calculator. So I think we can do it. Let's stick this x into that. So it's 4 times y squared over 4 minus 3y equals 4. So y squared minus 3y minus 4 equals 0. So it's y minus 4, y plus 1 equals 0. So y equals 4 and y equals negative 1. So this is 4. This point right here is 4. And this point is negative 1. So our interval is going to be from negative 1 to 4. Okay, now let's get inside the interval. This line would be my rightmost, this line, which is the 4x minus 3y equals 4. And so when I solved it, did I solve that for x? I have to solve this for x to do it right. So I will say 4x equals 3y plus 4. So x equals 3/4 y plus 1. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. So that would be 3/4 y plus 1 And then I have to subtract the other one, which was right here, minus y squared over 4. Or let's rewrite that 1/4 y squared, it'll be easier. 1/4 y squared. Okay, dy, gonna do it from -1 to 4. So that's -1/4 y squared plus 3/4 y plus 1, if I combine it. And then taking the, let's see, that would be -1/12 y cubed plus 3/4 times 3/8 y squared plus y from -1 to 4. All right, so now work that out and come back.